Salut, David Wallimann here, and thank you very much for the comments that I got on the playing modal video that I uploaded a few days ago. I'm glad you liked it. Today, I want to show you something really cool, and we need to check out a fretboard first. Let's consider that we're going to play an E Mixolydian. On that fretboard, I'm going to write down all the notes that I find in E Mixolydian. That's tons of notes, hard to memorize. That's okay. We can split our fretboard into different sections, different positions. And if you look at position 1, we find a hidden pentatonic scale, a major pentatonic scale because we're dealing with the Mixolydian mode. Now let's take a look at each of these sections, slices of the fretboard, also known as positions. We have 7 of them. Each of these positions starts with one of the notes of the 7-note Mixolydian mode. So this is where a lot of players get confused, so please follow along. Remember that we are using the Mixolydian mode. We're in a Mixolydian key, E Mixolydian. We're considering that we're playing over an E Mixolydian backing track. Regardless of the slice of the fretboard that I'm using, I'm still playing an E Mixolydian because the backing track is vamping, playing in an E Mixolydian key. Therefore, any note I play, regardless of the slice of the fretboard, regardless of the note I start with, regardless of the position I'm playing in, it's going to be attracted to that backing track. Therefore, I am still playing in E Mixolydian mode. So far, super simple stuff, but where people get confused is that if you look at these 7 different slices, one after the other, you will start to recognize some patterns. The first slice, which we mentioned previously, is often referred to as the first position of the Mixolydian mode. No problem there. However, if you look at the second slice, that second slice looks a lot like the first position of an Aeolian mode. And that second slice, even though it looks exactly like the first position of an Aeolian mode, we're still in Mixolydian. Well, because of the backing track, of course, the backing track is still an E Mixolydian. Okay, so here's the secret. The secret is if you look at these 7 different positions and extract from each of the positions the corresponding pentatonic scale, you'll have at your disposal a lot of different pentatonic scales to use. But you're still in the Mixolydian mode because, again, it's not the note you're starting from or the area of the fretboard you're playing in that determines the mode. It's the interaction between the notes you're playing and the backing track that creates that key. So if we're in Mixolydian mode, we'll have a lot of different pentatonic options to play with. We're going to go with the easy route. We're going to select the pentatonic type that corresponds with the mode we're playing in. In this case, we're in the Mixolydian mode because of the backing track, and we're going to use a major pentatonic scale extracted from any of the position corresponding to a major mode. So we will play the major pentatonic that is extracted from the first position of the Mixolydian mode, but we can also use the major pentatonic scale that is extracted from the relative Ionian mode. In this case, it's the 4th position of Mixolydian. And also the major pentatonic scale that is extracted from the 7th position of Mixolydian, which corresponds to the Lydian position. The cool thing with this concept is that phrasing becomes really easy. Just phrase within one of the major pentatonic scales that you're comfortable with and then slide to one of the relative ones. And you can get this kind of phrases with that. In essence, it's really simple if you know that order: Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. It does a big circle. It keeps going over and over. You just need to remember that. And keep in mind that even though we're using positions that are relative to each other, the main key is given by the backing track. So there's a lot that you can take out of this lesson, but the concept is really simple. You just need a few simple tools. You need to know just a few positions: the first position of the major pentatonic scale or the first position of the minor pentatonic scale, and you are set. And this is really going to help your modal phrasing. Just use these pentatonic scales in a modal way. Learn the order of the modes. Have fun with this. Practice well. Here's a little jam that I recorded for you, and I will see you very soon. Until then, salut. Oh, and please subscribe, like this video, share it around, comment, ask me questions. I love questions. I will answer them. I have a video coming in just a few days that is going to help you solidify all that with the music theory DNA concept. Back to the jam.